10 players remain from the team that took bronze 2 years ago. Retired from international handball are defence specialists Visa and Groot. Arguably one of the great playmakers of her generation, but they still have a lot of experience on the back line with Van der Heijden, Polman and Abing, the third top scorer in the competition with 56 goals. Wingers Bont and Smits, line player Snelde and goalkeeper Vester were also in that bronze medal team. But for a team that usually feeds off fast breaks and likes to be really quick about their game, they have the second lowest conversion rate in the main round on fast breaks at 67%. Their opponents today are 92. Polman at the end there will be quite key. And their new coach, Emmanuel Mayonnaud, the Frenchman, he also coaches French champions Metz. Took over from Helle Thompson. So, there we have it. Referees from France, Charlotte and Julie Bonaventura, who refereed the World Championship final in 2015, when Norway beat the Netherlands, and also the Euro 2014 final, when Norway beat Spain, and the Olympic 2012 final, when Norway beat Montenegro. Something about them and Norway. At the back, Dragan Nachevski from Macedonia is the IHF official. Ciza Lecuzanu from Romania is the IHF delegate. And now it is time for the national anthems.
National anthem of Russia.
Russia first. Cheer from the arena, and now the anthem of the Netherlands. As ever, the smiles. Recently, the teams meeting 5 times, Russia winning 4. Netherlands won in official competition the last meeting at the Olympic Games in Rio, when Russia won 38-34 on their way to gold. But they do have a bit of a bone to pick with them, because it was the Netherlands who knocked Russia out to the World Championships of 2013, beating them in the qualifiers. Russia won in the Netherlands 27-26, but then thumped 33-21 in the return match in Russia. That didn't go down too well. So here is the lineup for Russia. Seem likely to start with Sen, Frolova and Vyakireva at the back, Kuznetsova and Managarova or Frolova on the other wing, Makieva on the line, and in goal, Kalinina is back in the team, but they may still start with Sedoikina. That is the only man who knows the answer to that question. Ambros Martin, the Spanish coach of the Russian team. For the Netherlands, they'll probably start with the experienced lineup of Polman, Abing and van der Heijden at the back. Although defense specialist Dulfer is increasingly used in attack. Bont and Smets on the wings, new captain Snelde on the line, and Tess Vester in goal. So for Emmanuel Mayonnaise, the big game here, the Frenchman in charge of the Netherlands at his first major competition. So Frolova, the playmaker, with 43 goals in the competition so far, 76% success rate, and 15 assists will be utterly key, as will be Abing. 56 goals, the third top scorer in the competition, with a 62% success rate and 26 assists. She actually plays her club handball in Russia for Rostov-Don and is up against her club coach and 6 players, or 8 players rather, from her club. And that was Polman, as they're starting in defense, who is waiting to come on for the attack. So here we go then, Russia in the white shirts and blue shorts throw off this first semi-final at the 2019 Women's Handball World Championships against the Netherlands in the all-orange strip. 6-0 defense, as is their way. The Russians, who've had the perfect run through to the semi-finals, winning all their matches, finishing top of their preliminary group, top of the main round group. And start off quickly, courtesy of Anna Sen. Hugely versatile captain of the Russian team, gets them underway. Quick cross on one side. And Yakireva going in one space before to drag that last defender away and open the door for the captain. So 8 players from Rostov-Don in the Russian team, but the player on the ball now, Abing, number 8, also plays there. Up against many of her friends. And that's the response from Polman. Playing her 4th World Championship, quick switch. She's raced off. Yakireva gets a free throw. So Jessie Kramer into the defense in the center alongside Danik Snelde. The new captain since Nika Grut's retirement. Formidable lineup in the center. They'll need to be at their best. Sen cuts inside, luckily. Clips a post. They're going for the break. Snelde all the way up to Malestein underneath the keeper. Stays out. Seydokina. Glad to see that one come back into the wing. Good save, Tess Vester. Well, both goalkeepers featuring strongly. Abing, absolute bullet. Well, Ambros Martin is applauding. Ironically, of course, she's one of his club players at Rostov-Don. Scoring against his national team, though, here. You have to admire that, though. Very sporting. So Frolova, Sen, Yakireva. What an amazing back line. Penalty. Snelde at fault. Line player came across to give a bit of space. She was bundled over as she went to shoot by Snelde. There's the touch. Caught the arm as well. Frolova. Oh, off the post. Well, the Metalwork seeing plenty of action early on here. Not particularly well framed, and Snelde can celebrate having given away the penalty. No touch by Vesta on the way through. None of the Dutch players play the club handball in the Netherlands. As they power away, van der Heijden this time coming in from the other side. One of 7 who play in Germany. She plays for Bietigheim. Second in the Bundesliga at the moment. all the way through, and no mistake this time by Yaroslava Frolova, the only starter who was not from Rostov-Don. There's Malestein's earlier effort, saved by Sidoikina. So the Russians have been bolstered by the return of Kalinina, the goalkeeper, who missed the main round with a bit of an injury, distended ligament, ironically, on 48%. She's come back in still, the top goalkeeper on stopping rates, 29 saves from 61. Yakireva! Well, she was just teetering there, having a quick look. She was at the shop window and decided to quickly go in. Quick response all the way around for Van der Heijden. Switches back and goes to the wing. Second goal for the Bietigheim right back. Attacking foul. Sen barges into Malestein. Holman, windmill, drags in the last defender, opens the wing. Good save by Sidoikina, but a 2-minute suspension. Yakireva says, "Are you sure you got the right person?" And heads off. Let's have a look and see. Well, I have some sympathy for her. She may have hung on a little bit too long. Not sure she was pulling, but it's a penalty. It's a throw-out, rather. But more to the point, it's a suspension for Yakireva. And it gives a power play to the Dutch. Short-handed defense. So the Russians bring on Bobrovnikova instead, and Sen, who's happy playing at right back, moves across from the left to the right side, even though she is right-handed. Oh, poor pass and an empty goal. Taking a goalkeeper out, put on the extra attacker, and that was easy enough. Could have spared herself the run. Very poor pass by Bobrovnikova, and they won't come easier than that. So undeterred, goalkeeper is out again. Managarova comes around. Bobrovnikova, they've got the goalkeeper back in again now. Kuznetsova clips Vesta, but it stays in. 32-year-old gets her first goal. Tees it up nicely. She's actually Vyakireva's sister, who's just been sent off for 2 minutes. Holman, oh, bullet! Straight over the head of Sidoikina. 2 from 2 for Pullman. He races off. Dummies to the line and goes around. The defense was poor that time. Needed to come out and block. The Russians only got a handful of seconds left before they're back to full strength. Take out the keeper again. Ah, that was another bullet. Well, long-range shooting going well on both sides at the moment. Holman, oh, deflection. Well, they all count, and you can't have an own goal in handball. So Pullman is credited with that. Is it Sen? Yeah. Anna Sen got a touch on it. Beats the keeper. And Ambros Martin bellows instructions while the Dutch celebrate. 7-5 lead, and Vyakireva is back. Sen's come off, and Bobrovnikova stays on at left back. She's another one of the Rostov-Don contingent. And so far, so good. Bobrovnikova with her second, playing in a second World Championship. Teed up by Vyakireva, and a good block on the line to make a bit of space. The Russians, who did well, but went through some games where it wasn't all working perfectly, but they always did enough. And when they had to, they raised the temperature a bit and then broke away. It's going to be an orange ball. The Dutch get it. Saved by Sidoikina, falling kindly for them. The Netherlands have reached every semi-final in major events since the World Championships in 2015, but no titles yet to show. Silver and bronzes. They would love to get their hands on the gold here in Japan, especially in Olympic year. Well, that helps too. Malestein, 26-year-old who plays for Bietigheim. First of the game for her. 2-goal lead restored. Bobrovnikova, the wingers go very, very deep. And they reset things. Bit of nervous pacing at the moment by Ambros Martin. It's all sideways at the moment. Yakireva, straight down the middle. Vesta's got it. Abing. Coleman saved. Sidoikina, third save of the game. And the first miss of the game for Coleman from 4 shots. Some holding on the line, say the referees. And no goal for Bobrovnikova. Makieva, yeah, she quick tug on the shirt for Snelder to pull her out of the way. Subtle, but not to the liking of the French referees. And 3 turnovers now for the Russians. Abing shoved off the court by Frolova. 43 goals make her the 10th top scorer, Frolova. Abing is the 3rd top scorer in the competition. That was a weak effort by Van der Heyden. And the ball is out very quickly, and Van der Heyden still down, coming back. They're short-handed during that time. Save by Vesta. And Kuznetsova, her shooting is letting her down at the moment. 1 from 3 only, and that was a big angle. Vesta celebrates. That's her 3rd save. Well past the 10-minute mark here. Ball intercepted. Seen as a pass back. It's a free throw. Malestein, oof. Polman nearly dispossessed as Sen came back in again. Polman. Into the wing, big angle, off the post, and no luck there. Yakireva gets the loose ball. Penalty. Yakireva is fouled. Cuts through. Yakireva, who was right-handed, but her father, Victor, taught her to play left-handed. That was very well seen by him. Handball coach was with a vision. Sen to take the penalty and scores. Four from 4 penalties in this competition for Anna Sen, the captain. Still just 1 goal in it. Abing, Coleman. Abing, the wrong side really for a shot. Into the line. Defenders quickly step out. They started edging in as Polman tried to find the line. Vanik Snelder. Snelder rolls off a defender. Tries to get the ball, but good block by Anna Sen. She couldn't get near it. Well, an attempt at getting an attacking foul by Polman. Planted herself in front, but Makieva, they felt, had stopped enough, and Polman maybe made a little bit more of it, but it was a hard breaks for the line player. Just managed to avoid the call. Yakireva, Bobrovnikova, Frolova comes around. Oh, could have cut inside. Goes down heavily under the pressure from Abing, her club teammate at Rostov-Don. Abing, who scored 11 goals for Rostov-Don this season. Nothing given. Ball is loose. Picked up inside the area by Makieva. Throw out for the Dutch, quickly taken. Polman, Van der Heijden runs straight into the defense. And a lot of mistakes on each side at the moment. Managarova. This time it goes in. First goal of the game for the player who scored 35 with an 80% success rate. Having a great season, Managarova, 39 goals for her club, Rostov-Don. Celebrations on the bench. And so coming up to 15 minutes played, having trailed by a couple of goals, the Russians are level again. Block, they have it now. Sen looks up. Yakireva will accelerate into space. Little shimmy into the wing, good play. Decent angle, and that goes in nicely. Kozoka, who's replaced Kuznetsova, gets her first of the game. It wasn't a great pass to her. It was just enough to beat Van der Heijden to closing her on the angle. So suddenly, from 8-6 up, the Netherlands 8-9 down. Well, they needed that. Stops the 3-goal run. First goal in 7 minutes. But straight away, Yakireva, who started the competition slowly, but is getting stronger and stronger. You might argue she didn't have to start strong. Got such strength in depth. Cuts around the outside. Smets tried to make it an awkward angle, but she did very well indeed. So Polman's goal almost instantly cancelled out. Her fourth. Long-range shot straight through the legs of the keeper. Van der Heijden, third goal for her. Full square again. Good save, Vesta. And some holding on the line. And Vesta with her 5th save of the game. Admittedly, all the momentum lost on that one. Right up against the line for Frolova. So 33% save rate for Tess Vesta, which is actually our average in the competition. Slightly low behind some of the other top-line keepers, but it's okay. Polman. More to the point, though, she seems to make big saves when they count. Into the wing. Shot by Polman is blocked, and away they go. Vesta's on her own for this one, and it's put away by Managarova, second of the game. Polman frustrated. Blocked, she felt maybe unfairly, but it's not the way the referees saw it. So Managarova shooting away, she's so quick. She's actually come into this game, Managarova, with 14 fast breaks already. And we have a yellow card for Bobrovnikova, it would appear. It's Zilinskite, I beg your pardon, the line player. Polman tries to go around, well blocked this time, they come out quick. They're not going too far, and the pass to the wing intercepted. Managarova held up for a little while, at least by Abing. Club teammates. Not enough spin on that one. And Kozloka comes away empty-handed. They moved from Astrakhanotska to Rostov-Don in the summer. You see how much he tried to put a spin on it. Got around the keeper. But it just couldn't spin back in. Change on the line for the Netherlands. Then in goes Kelly Dulfer. First action for her. 1.85 m. Towering player. It's interesting. She was used by necessity. She's technically a back player. On the line last year as Pullman comes off. Looks like Amega is getting ready to go on. Russia leading 11-10. The handoff. Yakireva. Way over the top of Brovnikova. That left her hand a tad too soon. So for the Netherlands, another change then. Delilah Amega, number 14, who plays for Metzingen, comes on. 22-year-old. Played in the European Championship last year. But it's her first World Championship. Point blank, broke through. Kelly Dulfer. Sen. That goes out to the side for a Russian throw. A little like Managarova before her. Just right up against the line, just doing a two-footed jump, but there's no power behind it. So as we pass the 20-minute mark, it's 11-all. Sen's gone off. She's only being used in defense at the moment. Makieva on the line. Carried away. No luck for Frolova as Tess Vesta having a good spell. 7 saves. 39% save rate. Abing. Amega. Into the wing, decent angle, over the shoulder. And the Netherlands edge back in front, courtesy of Debbie Bond. He's replaced Malestein. Malestein, who scored just 1 goal from 4 on the right wing, hence the change. Makieva waiting on the far side. Yakireva, ball given away, but unfairly blocked by Abing. Free throw. Good defending by the Netherlands. The intensity has gone up a notch in that defense. Yakireva smuggled that one through. 3rd goal of the game for the 24-year-old. Makieva was trying to hold defenders back, and Mayonad enjoys that. So Amega yet to make a mark. Just 1.72 m. Here she comes. She's got a hard shot on her, and she likes to break through, but that one lofted way up into the netting, leaving her hand far too early. Sen. Oh, somehow smuggled through as well. 3rd goal for her. Russian players had the longest time on court. 5 hours 38, and we've got a 2-minute suspension. Off goes Kozloka. 2nd suspension of the game for the Russians. Takes her seat very quietly behind the coach. Holding the shirt. So, a bit of space now for the Netherlands. Straight through. And Van der Heijden exploiting that space to perfection. So for the moment, Russia, one of the big pre-tournament favorites, not breaking away while they're short-handed. The goalkeeper is out. Extra attacker is on. Sen returns at left back. Free throw. Managarova was racing to get the goalkeeper back in again. Makieva waiting to take the throw. Line player with the ball, who together with the goalkeeper, they're the only two who remain from the team who won gold for the last time for Russia. That was in 2009. It was strong, but it wasn't framed by Sen. The goalkeeper's racing back in. Kalidulfa will come off. Coleman goes on, and Snelder's rest is over. She's back in on the line. Misses a connection. Streak of frustration as she sees the ball go past. It was a great pass into the line by Coleman. She knows it right through her hands. That was a good chance. So it's all square still, and the Russians are running down the clock. The goalkeeper's out. Got a touch. And it's Van Wettering who's come on for the Dutch, number 12 on the end, who may have got the last touch. They say fingertips on it. She seemed to say no, but it's been called. Makieva. Sen, no way through to the line. Good defense by the Netherlands. They are covering the line superbly inside the area. Dutch ball. We're into the last 5 minutes of the first half. Nicely poised here, 13-all. Ball stolen by Makieva. They try a bullet pass down Sen to Vyakireva, but it's intercepted. Was not necessary, and Sen knows it, cursing away on the line. Both defences playing very well indeed, as we see the steal there. And Wettering. Van der Heyden comes back. So Dulfer, having played for a bit on the line, has now come back on at the back. Number 18. More commonplace for her. Penalty, defending inside the area. Well, may well have been inside the area, the judgment. So back comes Abing. Scored 26 from 29 penalties in this competition. Sidoikina saved 4. But she scores this one, third goal of the game, the third goal overall. Beats her clubmate Sidoikina at Rostov-Don. So the Netherlands edge back in front again. So they're back to the starting lineup. Frolova, Sen and Vyakireva at the back. They're just not giving them any space to break through, the Dutch. A relatively flat defense. Oh, but that's good. Little shimmy. And if anyone is going to do those all day long, it's Vyakireva. Quick throw off taken by the Dutch. Smuggled in. Kalidulfa was so long used as a defense specialist by the team. But she's shown with her club, Dortmund, leading the German Bundesliga, and she's scored 24 goals. That she's useful on the attack as well. Uses the line block to perfection. Frolova. Sen teeing up on the far side. Vyakireva goes back the other way. Frolova. They're attacking so close, with the defense staying so flat, that they're sometimes looking like they're getting cornered. Nice goal by Vyakireva again, a 5th quick throw off as ever. We're into the last 2 minutes of the first half. Team timeout called by the Netherlands. First one of the game by the team. So we'll have a listen in.
Stay focused. I just want to try something. We play circle whistle 1, and Estevana as a playmaker, Kelly here and Laura here. So, Danik, you will run here, okay? After Estevana, when you will pass, you just have to wait here and run behind the back of Sen, because Sen all the time, she waits, and after she go up here when Kelly will play 1 against 1.
Maybe so change, so Kelly go in?
If you want. So, Kelly, you have to play.
No, try to do it. Try to do it like that. And this, attention, the continuation in the 2x2 here. And directly pass on the corner. Go, not do it.
So Vesta, 6 saves so far in the game, a 29% save rate, not staggeringly high, but nevertheless it's enough at the moment to keep the Dutch level with one of the big tournament favourites, Russia. So the Dutch resume play after that team timeout. It's all square here with about a minute and a half of the first half to go. Into the line, oh, beautifully done. Very close in pass to Snelda. First goal of the game for her. Tess Vesta celebrates at the other end. Goalkeeper plays for Odense in Denmark. So the Russians resume. Managarova's gone in as a second line player. Bit of space there. Sen's moved to the middle. Managarova decides to come out again. Frolova. We're into the last minute. Too many steps. Turnover. Vesta gets the ball out quickly. Dulfer. She can see a bit of daylight up ahead. Follow up. Well blocked. It's still with the Dutch. Decent angle. Good save, Sidoikina. 35 seconds to go. It's more than you think. They need to slow it down and just reset. Sidoikina making a 5th save and team timeout for Russia. He's still got it. He may as well use it. And so soon after the last one, Ambros Martin pulls his players around.
Because 6, number 6 don't go.
What you want to play?
Here.
Okay. Then, let's do the Paris. Do the Paris. Change the position. Yes, change the position, bro. Attack. Push really really good here. And Anna then attack here.
Yes, without ball here.
Yes,
You can turn free.
try to cross the shot if you have the chance. Okay, she come here or in the corner.
Yes.
Okay, in the last 10 seconds. The last 10 seconds. And quickly turn everybody. Go.
So he's called a move, but says don't finish it until the last 10 seconds. Wants to try and make sure the Dutch don't have time to come back. So Russia tried to make this the last attack to equalize. It's longer than you think. Running the clock down here. Passive play is going to come. It does. Referee's arm is up. Yakireva into the line. Penalty. With 7 seconds to go, Frolova wins it. Fouled by Kramer. 29-year-old back player and defense specialist who plays for Toulon. Vesta can't believe it. I wouldn't do that. You might need that in the second half. Sen scored 3 from 3 in the competition so far. 1 earlier in the match, and now she makes it a perfect record and almost on cue. She scores and levels it, and at half-time here, it is Netherlands 16, Russia 16. So an entertaining first half, both teams defending solidly. Some lapses with the shooting, both are below par with that. Maybe the Russians marginally more, given where they started from at 68%. Plenty for Ambros Martin and his team to think about. At the moment, the Dutch are giving them no quarter. So let's look at the statistics, and it's 56-54% success rate on the shooting, a bit below par. Fast breaks, the Dutch have missed both of theirs, and that's really not customary. They're normally quite efficient. But in terms of the turnovers, 6 for Russia, 5 for the Netherlands, and 2 suspensions for the Russians so far in the game, Vyakireva and Kozuka. But the attack success rate is low because the defenses are working very well indeed. And Vesta and Sedoikina have made some key saves at good moments. So this is the top scorers, Van der Heijden and Polman, with 4 goals apiece for the Dutch, but Vyakireva is top scoring in this match with 5 for the Russians, Sen on 4, and then a host of others behind on 3s, 2s and 1s. And then the shot chart, well, 1 fast break for Russia. They've missed 1 penalty. It's going down the middle. The wing up and down, unfortunately. Kuznetsova struggled early on, got changed with Kozuka. It's working a little bit better. Not a huge amount of long-range shooting, but 3 shots going in long. Otherwise, it's a lot of breakthroughs. For the Dutch, they've missed both fast breaks, scored a penalty. It is down the middle. They are finding passes into the line. And the wing on the right-hand side, some success. On the left-hand side, not a huge amount of service yet for Smits, who's been pretty much invisible. And then Van Vettering came in, didn't get the ball herself either. They may need to spread it a little bit wider in the second half. And then the frenetic opening 10 minutes. I mean, look at the goals. And then luckily in the middle, it settled down. But it's the Dutch who then pulled away. And then the Russians came back at them with a short run. And then it's been nip and tuck all the way through the last 10 minutes. So the break here, it's 16-all. We're going to take a break as well, but join us again for the second half. We'll see you then. So welcome back to the Park Dome in Kumamoto in Japan, and half-time in this first semi-final at the 2019 Women's Handball World Championships, and it's all square here. 16-all between Russia and the Netherlands. The Netherlands, who on the last day of the main round beat South Korea, but then had to wait till the last match between Norway and Germany. A draw there could have turned things against them and left them out in the cold. As it is, though, the Norwegians won, and the Netherlands came through with the Norwegians into the semi-final. Russia, for their part, coming through with Spain. So Norway and Spain will meet in the next and final semi-final, final match of the day. There have been 4 matches today. 5th and 7th places decided earlier. So here we go then, the Netherlands throw off the second half of this first semi-final of the Women's Handball World Championships. All square with the Russians, 16-all, and sporting as ever. Vyakireva asks if she can have a feel of the ball. Gets a little bit of extra sticky on it and then hands it back to Abing. Club teammates, of course, at Rostov-Don. Polman now into the business. The Russians, whose closest win was by 8 goals. Good save. Sidoikina, save number 6. And Vesta makes a save of her own off Managarova. First miss of the game for her. Quick play by Vyakireva to tee her up. Big angle as well. Needed to go under the leg of the keeper. Committed herself. Instead, she shot into it. So the referees, who've really been letting play go nicely here. Low shot by Polman. They're back in front again with her 5th. Amiga jumps to applaud. She was only on for a minute and 10 seconds before Mayonnaise decided to take her off again. Wasn't really able to find any way through. Both defenses playing very, very hard, but the referees letting it go. Hard but fair. Polman's shot there around Sen, and Sidoikina would have seen that come at the last second. 82 kilometers an hour, that shot. So Bobrovnikova is on. Sen has a break. Well, Snelder just gives her a bit of a shake on the way past. Now, did I say hard but fair? No, she gets a free throw. It's a World Championship semi-final. They didn't come here expecting it to be easy. Vyakireva, brilliant play. Penalty, Makieva fouled as she went to shoot. What a lovely delivery to her, though, by Vyakireva. Little no-look pass up to her. So Sen steps up to take the penalty. A 3rd penalty of the game. And again, leg goes up for Tess Vesta. As soon as she does that, ball goes under. Oh, Abing, what an amazing shot she's got, and happy to be moved to the left back rather than centre position. Abing scoring her 4th goal against a club teammate, right over the head, but very well framed. So Frolova calling the move. Both teams qualified automatically for these World Championships. With Russia runners-up and the Netherlands bronze medalists at the European Championships last year. Those are qualifying positions for Kumamoto this year. Frolova. Bobrovnikova's coming in behind. No goal. Gets a free throw instead. So Russia with their first real test here. Looking for the line. Managarova's picked up the loose ball and brings it back. In the main round, in fact, Montenegro got within 7. That's as close as anyone's got to Russia. Here today, though, the Dutch are really giving them something to think about. It's another turnover. Looking for the line and intercepted. Makieva with no space as Dulfer comes into the left back. Abing, I think, has got something in her eye. She's come off and wiping her face, because I was going to say, why take her off when she's playing so well? Polman's moved to the left back position. Dulfer in centre, cut straight to the right wing. Good play. Debbie Bond, second goal. And a 2-goal lead for the Netherlands. Hangs and opens the angle enormously. Ambros Martin puts on a sad face. 5 minutes played then. 2-goal lead for the Netherlands. Second half is 3-1 to the Dutch, but that's a 2-minute suspension. Kelly Dulfer. Catches the arm, but may have had a high hand as well. 25-year-old. Plays for Dortmund, is off. It's actually the first 2-minute suspension for the Dutch, but Vyakireva uses the space effectively in the short-handed defense. Cuts around, and they really had stretched the defense out. So goalkeeper is out for the Dutch as they put on the extra attacker. And interestingly, it's Kramer. He's a left back, plays for Toulon in France. 34 goals for them this season. It's used primarily as a defender by the Netherlands. She's in on the far side, making herself available. Polman. Well, her shooting today. Sublime. 6th goal. Frames it perfectly. Contrasting reactions on the bench. Two-goal lead is restored. Big gap down the middle. Well, the defense suddenly parted in front of her. But I thought for a second she was going to miss the opportunity. Bobrovnikova suddenly realizes 2 on the line, putting the blocks on. They're back within 1. Dutch have got the goalkeeper out again. Extra attacker goes on. Van der Heijden at right back. Polman, who's been lethal with her shooting. Sen pushes up a little deeper on her now, knowing that she is one of the main threats clearly at the moment. Van der Heijden goes for the wing. Despite being short-handed, passive play. Save. Little shove in the back by Snelder. The Russians move the ball up quick now. The Dutch are back to full strength again. They've done well. Weathered that storm. Siroikina. Save number 7. That the world champion automatically qualifies for the Olympic Games in Tokyo next summer. Well, the other 3 semi-finalists will all go into the Olympic qualification tournament. In fact, the teams ranked 2nd to 7th here will go through to the Olympic qualification tournament, and they are level again. Once more, Bobrovnikova teed up by Vyakireva into a bit of a space, and Makieva holding the defender back. Although they get into a bit of a tangle, defender Van der Heijden bundled over in the end. So Abing returns to starting lineup. Oh, Vyakireva nearly going for the interception. Polman into the wing. Very active defense. There has been on both sides. And Pullman again. She's unstoppable. 7 goals. One-third of the team's goals coming from her hand. 81 kilometers an hour, this one. So the Russians finding themselves in the unusual position of having to do all the chasing. Vyakireva scores. There may be a sanction following up. She got pulled off her feet as she went through, and Kelly Dulfer is off. See it again, goes through. Continued holding on to her, she went through. Danik Snelder pays the price. Line play plays for FTC Budapest in Hungary. And Mayanad can't quite believe it. Remonstrates with the referees, his compatriots, Charlotte and Julie Bonaventura. Have to mind what he says, they'll understand it. Van der Heijden and Pullman in the centre. Abing, who has played a lot of the tournament in the centre since Groot's retirement from international handball. Oh, going for a Kempe. And it's saved by Sidoikina. There's a lot of space on the left, no defenders. Up goes the leg, under goes the shot. And Frolova scores her second. Committing a little too early. She's done it a few times now. Vesta comes out. And as soon as she does that, it goes in. And the reaction on the bench, unsurprisingly, ecstatic. Because after 10 minutes, they finally managed to wrestle the lead back off the Dutch. But it's still too close to call here in Kumamoto. Short-handed Dutch who've taken out the goalkeeper, put on the extra attacker. Dulfer's returned in on the line. Versatile player. Sees defense specialist, plays left back on the line. Empty goal. She's missed it. Well, a shake of the head from her teammates. And Sidoikina, all that, and we don't even score. Kuznetsova, who misses. Well, it happens. Well, we've got a faulty substitution. How unlucky and how unfortunate, because Larissa Nusa, who literally was just coming on for the first time in the match, goes on too early on the substitution, and it's a suspension. And so turnover, and Russia will have possession back. Left back who plays for Copenhagen, playing in her first major competition. You got a feel for her. And a let off for Kuznetsova, who'd missed that long pass, or that long shot, I should say, into the empty goal. Bobrovnikova, penalty, defending inside the area. Double suspension, and the defense is just stretched out. So much space. They were trying to cover, but there was no way they could block the Russians everywhere. Change the goalkeeper. In comes Duindam, who saved 1 from 9. The Dortmund goalkeeper up against Sen, who scores again. Relentless efficiency. 4th penalty scored from 4. Looked like she was going one way, but then went to the right. And Makieva, who didn't want to look, jumps up to celebrate, as does Gorshenina. So 2-goal lead. They've got one of their players back now, and they've taken out their goalkeeper to level things up on the attack. The Dutch, though, still have that suspension running on Nusa for the faulty substitution. Into the line, Dulfer. 3rd goal for her. Managed to get Vesta back in goal again. Into the line. Quick play up close. Seems to be the way to work it. Not for the faint-hearted. Feed in by Frolova. And Mayonad not too happy. Snelda nowhere near where she needed to be in front of Makieva. The Russians do have this ability to soak up pressure, and then in the space of 5 or 10 minutes they up the intensity and then try and take the lead. But that's the scenario in so many of their games. But here today it has been much closer. Well, right on the inside post, and Amiga celebrates. They pull one back. Kelly Dulfer scoring a 4th goal with a quick reply. Frolova. Dutch try to take it quickly, but go too quick. Players are over the line before the whistle went. Cuts in there, and the defender just moved away. They're getting tired a bit, Dulfer, on this occasion. Wasn't sure which side to block. Frolova with a 3rd from 6, mind you. Been a tad expensive. Holman. Saved. It's a free throw. They're blocked by Kuznetsova. Six of the team, the Russian team, remain from that. That 1 goal at the Olympic Games. Too many steps. Turnover. So much experience. But actually, they've also got a lot of new players coming in. 3 players making the debut for the Russians. And it means that they average about 71 international matches per player. The Dutch actually outdo them on 86. Yakireva to the line. Good save, Vesta. 8th save. Not a high save rate, but she seems to have made saves when it counts, and that save results in a goal at the other end. What could have been a 3-goal lead is actually now pegged back to within 1, as Dulfer, who's back on, scores her 5th. Dutch at full strength, I should have said, on the last attack. Or at least on the switch round. So the Russians let slip chances to widen the lead. Dummy shot by Bobrovnikova. Yakireva into the line. And Makieva smuggles it over the keeper. She got a touch on it, Vesta. Quick throw off is taken. And the Dutch are really, really speeding up now. Well, 2-minute suspension goes against Managarova for play acting. Yakireva, he was unhappy with her suspension earlier and had some sympathy for her. Ambros Martin. And Martin was trying to make sure they didn't swap the wrong players around, because if the other player had run on and they'd blown the whistle, it would have been a faulty substitution. Fomina has gone in on the right wing while she's off. You may remember her, if you're from my generation, as Cherno Ivanenko. Good, solid defending. Kuznetsova goes in hard and quick. We're midway through the second half. Russia lead by 2. Make that 1. Abing is back on form again. 5th goal of the game for the competition's 3rd top scorer. She shoots past her club teammate Sido Ikina. So Abing celebrates, and the Russians are changing keeper. Kalinina has gone into goal as Makieva goes in on the line. Kuznetsova. Bobrovnikova, oh, pass to the line, needed to go quick. Luckily, though, Yakireva is loitering, and she's racking them up now. 8 goals for Yakireva. Well, good first save. That's picked up inside the area. The ball had died in there. Abing felt that the foul was on the Russian side. Bobrovnikova had it. It's a good entrance for Kalinina. The ball is dead on the line. The referee is probably saying 61 half dozen the other with the pushing. Still only a 1-goal lead. Russia, short-handed, have taken out the keeper. Extra attacker is on. Bobrovnikova, Yakireva. Oh, nothing there. Rare miss. Comes back empty-handed. The Russians are back to full strength again. Sen is just hiding behind Van der Heyden as we watch the replay. It wasn't well framed at all. Dulfer comes on as well on the line. Abing, Van der Heyden got a big shot. Well, what an entrance. Kalinina, who's actually got the best save rate in the competition at 48%, despite missing the main round because of injury. Back in again and makes 2 quick saves. Mayonat can't believe it. So patient build-up by the Russians. Not a great placement on that shot. Comfortable height for Tess Vester, who makes her 10th save. Dutch come back. Polman, Van der Heyden. 2 in on the line at the moment. Just need to reorganize. Bond goes in on the wing. Vester with that save. Van der Heyden. Straight through. They're level again. Polman with her 8th goal. Bobrovnikova. Frolova. Poor pass. Vyakireva doesn't connect. Martin wants to change. Sen is going back on again. Mayonad making notes. I wonder if a team timeout is looming. Little handoff. Long attack, passive play's got to come soon. It's all going sideways at the moment. Looks for the line, fails to connect completely. Back come the Dutch. So after the Russians had to do all the chasing in the first half, the Russians then took the lead in the second, but now the Dutch are back in front. 20 minutes played. Big angle after the slip by Kozuka. The team timeout has been called by Russia.
Don't get out of the match because of the referees, okay? Stay in the match because he's doing good 1 by 1 all the time. We need, when we play the cross, the long, or whatever, or the double here, or the double in the middle, a bit more speed. We go too many dribblings, and we go slow.
You play swing with the line player here. I think Sel will play up, so Kelly, you have to run here, and you try to play outside here in this situation. Go, it's okay, go, go, go!
So this is all very nicely poised with just 10 minutes remaining of this semi-final. Dutch 1 goal to the good. Russia, who were 7 times winners of this World Championship, best of any team. Yakireva, this time she's back on track again. 9th goal. They all square. No changes player-wise on that last team timeout for the Dutch. Yakireva Staying focused. She started slowly, Vyakireva, but got better and better as the tournament went on. When she was really needed, she stepped up to the plate. Not a lot of space there. Smits defending inside the area. Makieva. And Dulfer wins a penalty. She's clearly both feet in. Mamiga seems to be enjoying the moments. Sedoikina comes back into goal then for this one against Abing, her club teammate. And Abing again comes off better. Second penalty from 2. Nip and tuck this game. And off Frolova. Vyakireva. Oh, she's putting on an amazing show here. 10 goals. But straight away they come back. Smits. Been waiting patiently. Missed 2 early shots. And the assist for Abing. Smits, who plays for Molde in Norway. So now the Russians are doing all the chasing. To the wing. That's nicely done. Mina. First goal of the game. So the line play plays for Lada Togliatti. Just between arm and leg. It's all square again. Nerves of steel are required here. The Russians looking for that killer spell. Just can't quite deliver it. The Dutch have other ideas. Brilliantly done. Abing. 7th goal for her. 7 minutes remaining. What a semi-final this is proving to be. Right through the legs of Kalinina. None of the goalkeepers having a great day here as the players were breaking through close up. Been tough. Sedoikina was on 26% before being changed for Kalinina. Test best on 24%. Below both their averages coming into this match. Look at all the resin there that players store on that tape on the side of the shoe. When you see them reach down, that's what they're doing. But when they fall over with that side of the shoe on the ground, of course, you leave a blob. She chose to pick it up. Sometimes you just roll the ball on it, does the trick. There's so much sticky on the ball. They like it. Sen. Vyakireva. That's blocked off the defense. Goes out to the side. Throw in. Well, the Dutch who win the final in 2015 when they lost to Norway. Are they going to make it through again? Well, not that Vyakireva has anything to say about it. That was actually her 10th goal. I was ahead of myself earlier. Little handoff, and there's so little space, but she's so nimble on her feet. Only 1.68 meters tall. Started as a right winger, but she is so quick and such amazing vision. She's also had 46 assists in this competition, Vyakireva. Line well blocked. That was nearly too many steps. Managed to release the ball in time. Polman off the bar this time, but Van der Heijden has a rebound. Team timeout, Netherlands. We're getting close to the money time. Nice smile from Polman. Nerves of steel.
Try to stay focused here. We play, Kelly, you stay here in this play between 3 and 3. We play swing, Sen we play up, you pass back to Laura, and we play overhand up bow. So we just change, because when we will change the Sen, we play up.
The ball.
I go back.
See, go back, but stay looking with her, and we do the same from down. Don't stay up so much, okay? And take care with the pivot and the impares only in dangerous area, okay? And the breaking through by the wings. Go! Keep fighting!
Well, Vyakireva, what can you say about her? 10 goals in this game. What a difference she's making in those critical situations. Showing that she can go either way. So coming up to 5 minutes remaining. Oh, and again off the crossbar, but the rebound comes out kindly, and Pullman definitely drops it underneath the keeper. Ninth goal for her. Slice of luck, but you need that sometimes. Mayonnaise likes it. Martin a little less. Four and a half minutes to go. Vyakireva, no way through. Oh, class! Blasting every now and again, and then the deft touch as she drops her wrist back and takes the pace off the ball. She can do both, the power and the style. Ran her fingers underneath it, the arm went fast, but the ball curved gently over the shoulder. They're back level again, less than 4 minutes remaining. Abing, Holman, they're very flat in front of her, and she's found a lot of ways through. This time, though, Sen latches on. Well, they come out quick because she's proved that at 9 meters, she can get those shots through in the 80+ km/h range. So can Abing. Goal number 8. Abing's on 8. Pullman's on 9. He scored more than half the team's goals between them. Sen, attacking foul. Well, the Dutch here in the critical phase. 3 minutes to go, a goal now. That's clearly straight into the two defenders. Got there first, clatters into them. Ambros Martin at the bottom, you can see jumping up and down. He knows a goal now would really put the pressure on. Fingertips on it, Vyakireva. Pullman shoots, it's off the post, stays out. Seems to have taken a blow in the process, nothing given by the referees. Vyakireva, Sen, Bobrovnikova. For the moment at least, it seems that Kozuka doesn't want to take it. They'll make the substitution. Back on comes Frolova. For Bobrovnikova. Well, mistakes now are going to seem bigger than at any time in the game, because time is running out. Frolova. Free throw. Makieva trying to put the block on, and a team timeout. Last one of the game for Russia, with just under 2 minutes remaining. Little shimmy, but just couldn't get through.
Let's do now, not in the middle, the next attack, not in the middle. Let's do, yes, open here for you to play the 1-by-1. Okay, if there is some pressing, try to go without the ball here, okay? And then if she press, then...
To stay compact. 2 minutes, girls.
Eén goede dekking nodig en één kom maar. Be careful, come back.
Well, I've been talking about a Kemper there. That's when you got a tough defence on the line, but still 63 goals in this game. They found a way through each other's defences often enough. It's not been a great day for the keepers, as I said. 23% save rate, Vesta. 26, Sidoikina, and 14 at the moment, Kalinina, who stays in goal. Play resumes then. Last 2 minutes of the semi-final. It's a Russian ball. Frolova, Sen. He was lucky because that went high, but shove on Vyakireva, she came around. Sen. Frolova, passive play's been called. Vesta saves, there's a touch on the ball though. Actually, I'm not sure she did touch it, Vesta, otherwise it wouldn't be a throw into the Russians. Could have been Jassi Kramer. Ah, straight at the face effectively, put it right next to her ear. She'll have a bit of just over the top, in fact. Well, from that angle, not much else you can do, really. And we're into the last minute. If it's tied at the end of normal time, that's the last team timeout for the Netherlands. If it's tied at the end of normal time, then we'll go into extra time, 2 times 5 minutes.
What do you want to play? Circle Vissel? No?
Yeah, we wanted to play circle whistle.
Yeah, I think also it's a nice option for us. Circle Vissel 1 to play 1 against 1 probably in this situation. After, we just have to go at the end of the situation. If you win here, you play. You can also shoot here.
Take care, Anna. The pivot run. Take the line, okay? And then she can go here outside. And you go back again. Second is this with the pivot running, but it's not going this player, is going this player. We go back, and when they go, you go out, okay?
So the Dutch used their last team timeout. They came through. Main group 1, it was so tight going into the last day. 4 teams could have made it through to the semi-final. And despite 3 defeats in the competition, the Dutch managed to edge past Serbia and Germany to book their place with Norway. And now they stand on the threshold of another final. 40 seconds to go. Polman, free throw. Dulfer. This helps the Dutch so they can shoot as late as possible. Van der Heijden, Polman. Van der Heijden, oh, through the legs of the keeper. Van der Heijden. 15 seconds for Russia to hit back and get the extra time. Frolova, Vyakireva. Free throw, 7 seconds. Takes a shot, side netting, and that is it. Russia, undefeated in the competition so far, have lost in the semi-final. The Netherlands have beaten them 33-32. Unbelievable scenes. You have to feel for Vyakireva. Scores 11 goals and ends up on the losing side. Polman, though, with 8. In fact, 9 goals. And Abing with 8. But it was Van der Heijden coming in from the right-hand side who scored the winner. And although there were 15 seconds left, Mayonna's team have done it. In his first tournament in charge of the Dutch, they are in the final for the second time. Well, can you believe it? So tight. The Russians, who were always able in earlier games to deliver that killer blow, just couldn't today. Solid defending by the Dutch, but more than anything else, they just kept on hitting back every time the Russians scored. They found a way through. The tears come through. Poor old Sen, who's played a great tournament, but ends up on the losing side, and they'll have to pick themselves up to fight for the bronze. The Russians shell-shocked. They came through as big favourites, having won all their matches by a minimum of 7 goals. But the Dutch, the first team to truly test them, pushed them all the way, hung in to the end, and it was always going to hinge on so little. Vyakireva player of the match with 11 goals and another 6 assists. An incredible game, but just cannot find the smile. Such disappointment for the Russians. And for Ambros Martin, his first spell in charge since taking over. But for the Dutch, the dream has come through. 2 days ago, they weren't even sure of making it through to the semi-final. The group was so tight. While the Russians had booked their place in the semi-final with a match to spare. But maybe all those tough games prepared them better, whereas the Russians suddenly, for the first time, found themselves confronted to a team that just would not let go, didn't give them the space, didn't allow them to pull away. And played, I have to say, some lovely handball. But Pullman and Abing were just unmanageable for the Russians. It wasn't a day for the keepers here today, with very high percentages on the shooting rate. But that is of little consequence to the Dutch now, because they've done it. Vyakireva, well, worked so hard and was desperate to be in a World Championship final, the Olympic champions. He'll need time just to let it sink in. But the smiles are Dutch today. The scores tied at 32-all, but the Dutch had no intention of going Dutch. They wanted the win in normal time. And Vesta, look at the reaction as the buzzer runs out. And the Dutch book their place. So will it be Norway or will it be Spain? We'll find out a little later. If it is Norway, it'll be a repeat of the Dutch's only World Championship final of 2015. And maybe time for revenge. They've shown here they can mix it with the best. And Mayonnaise didn't want to believe it. Has another look, yes. Is that it? Great reaction from the French coach. And Vesta, tears of happiness for the 26-year-old. She was in that losing final, along with 10 of the players in the Dutch team. So the statistics, well, 57% success rate on the attack, 54 for the Russians. The shooting, the Russians actually more economical on the throws, with 60% to the Dutch 58. On the penalties, just the 1 miss out of their 5 from the Russians. 10 turnovers for the Russians, 7 for the Dutch. Pullman top scored for the Dutch with 9, with Abing on 8 right behind. Van der Heijden, though, with 5, scoring the winner right at the end, while Vyakireva, I feel her pain, 11 goals, and she's on the losing side. The Russians, a nice spread on the wings, but there's a good play all round, except at the right back position, where they didn't get a lot of long-range shots, but